The same question. What is the question he asked? Do you believe in God? How many of you believe in God? And then, as they had planned well, nobody raises their hands. So the sage says, well, none of you believe in God, so what is the point in me speaking? And he leaves. So they are like, oh, what happened? We made such a blunder, again he's offended. So then they make a plan. They say, okay, tomorrow when he'll ask, half of us will raise our hands and other half will not. So next day again the sadhu comes. Again he asks them the question. What is the question he's asking? How many of you believe in God? Half of them raise their hands, other half don't. So then he says, alright, half of you who believe in God, convince the other half who do not believe in God. What is the point in me speaking? Right? So, what is the moral of this? The moral of this is that our belief in God is like this. Right? We're not really sure. We have some belief, but then if sometimes we are said don't believe, then we don't believe. Right? But what Srimad Bhagavatam is actually, if we have complete faith in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam is the same instruction that Narad Muni gave to Chitraketu, by following which Chitraketu was able to see God. Right? So Srimad Bhagavatam is actually giving us all the process, the application, right, the practice to be able to see God face to face. And not, it doesn't stop there. Many times people say, can you see God? Can you show me God? Right? But it doesn't stop there. Okay, fine. I can show you God. You can see God. But what next? It doesn't stop there. Right? It's not that, okay, once I see God, then done. No, what do you do with God? Right? Like sometimes, I usually, ask people or tell people that, okay, if God comes in front of you, what will you do? What will you do? Suppose Krishna is standing right here. What will we do? Yes. What do you think? Krishna will do, what will you do?
Try to imitate some devotee and repeat some prayers.
Repeat prayers. Okay, what? Suppose say for 5 hours you did prayers. What next? What next? This is real. If God exists, if God comes in front of us tomorrow, and He stands, what will we do? Let us know what we will do.
Offer dandavats.
Offer dandavats, okay. So you offer dandavats. What next?
Then the prabhu said offer some prayers.
Offer prayers. Okay, what next? Huh? Offer bhoga, food. Okay, fine, that's good. What next? Yes.
So I believe that God is everywhere. So once I see Him, that means I'm going to see Him everywhere.
Okay.
Right? So He's going to be with me.
Okay.
I'm going to have the experience with Him
Hmm.
all the time. So it's not something I'm going to follow, like give Him something or something.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try to connect with the way He's connected with me, and else I'll just try to learn something and just live the life.
Okay, so you're saying you'll learn something from him.
Yes.
Okay. So basically you'll ask questions.
No.
No?
No.
So
If He is with me,
yeah.
I see Him.
Yeah.
Right? Then I should see Him in everyone or something like that.
So yeah, so the situation right now is, the real situation is, Right? Krishna is right in front of us.
Okay.
Krishna is a being like you and me. So a person Krishna is standing right here. So what will we do? Will we say, okay, Krishna, you are here, and Krishna, you are everywhere. So you be there, and I'll do whatever I want. Or will we have some interaction with him?
Yeah, little bit interaction, that's all.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. What interaction? Like say for example,
I will ask what is the purpose of life? First question.
okay, so you're saying you will engage in a question answer session. Okay, that's fine. Right? Let's imagine a little bit. Say for example, Narendra Modi comes here and stands here. Okay. So if Narendra Modi is here, like he's a personality who's like famous, powerful, right? It's a good person to have selfie with, right? So when a personality, powerful person like that comes, what will we do with him? Right? We'll engage in some interaction. So, some devotees are saying we'll offer dandavat, we'll offer prayers, we'll ask questions, somebody's saying we'll offer food. Am I making sense, Ashutosh?
I would see God as a person or something. So that's why it got hard for me to imagine like
Got it.
yes. And you explained in one of the verse that God told that Chittaketu of self-realization, and I follow self-realization. I do that practice too. So I believe that the energy and all the other stuff. So I could not imagine what's that about.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not able to imagine him as a person.
Yes.
And thus you're trying to actually think from that paradigm, which is fair. And that's why, actually, in the context of what we read today from Srimad Bhagavatam, that's what I'm trying to kind of bring out the point that what is happening. So, Bhagavatam is like a movie. It's like a movie. Movie is going on. So, it's a story, but it's a movie. Right? The only difference is this is a real episode that has happened in the past. Right? It's a real episode. Narad Muni is a being, is a person. Chitraketu was a person. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to really plug ourselves into this story and pick out some lessons for us. So what is happening in the story, this movie, the episode that we're watching, it's like a serial, right? TV serial we watch. So in today's episode, what is happening? Chitraketu is meeting Krishna, Vishnu, Shankarshan, meeting. And there is exchange happening between the two. Shankarshan is a personality. Shankarshan is one of the forms of Vishnu, right? So he meets this specific form as he's traveling. So when he meets him, he is offering prayers, he is glorifying, and then he is hearing from the Lord. And then the episode closes. Shankarshan is gone, Chitraketu is gone. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to bring everybody's focus and attention to this episode and some aspects, key aspects of this episode that we can take from this. And one of them being, which Ashutosh, thank you for kind of sharing your personal approach towards self-realization, which is one aspect of self-realization. The other aspect of self-realization is the personality of God, which is being pointed out over here. So here, and actually, it's very good because what is being mentioned here even by Chitraketu is that Krishna or my Lord Krishna or my Lord Shankarshan, right? You are present in front of me in your personal form, right? But at the same time, you are unlimited, right? So God can be unlimited energy and can also be a person. You see? Because if God is simply energy and is not a person, then God is incomplete. If God is complete, then God should be both. He should be a person as well as he should be energy. Energy and energetic. Both has to coexist for him to be complete. So if we say God is only person and he's just a person here and he doesn't his power or control or his energy doesn't expand outside of his localized presence, then he's incomplete.
That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
I'm going to learn how it's everywhere because once I see him, I can ask him, or else I can feel how he's everywhere.
Exactly, and which is actually what the entire Bhagavad Gita is teaching. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching that Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samudarshina. That a Pandit, an intelligent person, by the dint of Vidya, knowledge, is able to see Krishna everywhere. Right? So once actually Prabhupada was a challenge like that. Right? Srila Prabhupada was a world acharya. He would travel, people would ask him questions. So once, sometimes the journalists, they would try to kind of corner him. So once he was asked a question by a journalist. Journalist said, Swamiji, are you saying that God is all powerful? Yes, God is all powerful. He can do everything. So can he create a stone that he cannot lift? Right? Understand the question? Can he create a stone that he cannot lift? So if you say he can create the stone, then hey, if you create a stone you cannot lift, how come you are all powerful? Right? And if you say he cannot create a stone, then how come you are all powerful? So the journalist thought, now I got this Swami. Right? I got it. So Prabhupada responded. He said, yes, you're right. God can create a stone which he cannot lift. But after creating the stone, he will lift it. Because he's God, his strength, his power, his energies are dynamic and increasing. So current moment, he will create a stone he cannot lift, but next moment, his strength is increasing, so he will lift it. And the journalist was like completely stumped, right? The point is, also with our two-dimensional, three-dimensional brain, it's very difficult to understand somebody who's so dynamic, so unlimited, so powerful, so omnipresent, so omniscient. It's very difficult. Right? But that's why Srimad Bhagvatam is there so that we can get a little glimpse. We are all like frog in the well. You know, frog in the well? The frog in the well, he has full knowledge of his well. Right? Has full understanding of his well. मेरा well में कितना पानी है, how much water is there, what is the temperature of the water, how many animals are there, how many fishes are there, right? How many flowers, everything he knows. Yes, there is PhD in the well. But then you go to this frog and you say, Mr. Frog, Dr. Frog, do you have some experience of the Atlantic Ocean? What do you think? What do you think the frog is going to say? Frog has never stepped out of the well. And somebody is asking, Frog, what do you think Atlantic Ocean may be? Thoda socho. Exercise your creativity. Impossible for a frog to really experience or talk about what would be the expanse of Atlantic Ocean. We are like that. We are in this planet Earth. This planet Earth is like a well. Now, so it's relative, isn't it? For a small being, a well is like planet Earth. For us, planet Earth is huge. But if the universe is unlimited, is huge, planet Earth is just a small mustard seed. Small mustard seed. So we are like the frog. We only know a little bit about this planet Earth. And even in planet Earth, we don't know so many things. So how can we understand what is the characteristic of somebody who's unlimited? And that's why we need help of texts like Srimad Bhagvatam, and we need help of teachers like Narad Muni, and we need help of teachers like Srila Prabhupada to give us a practical approach to experience the unlimited. Right? So now coming back to our point is that Krishna is a person, and here is Chitraketu meeting the personality of Godhead Shankarshan and having a dialogue. Right? So what Bhagavatam teaches us is approach, process, how to see God, what to do when we see Him, and what to do after we see Him. Pura. So, right? So that's what Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us. And then the reason I'm discussing these basics is because we really need to first celebrate our good fortune. Our good fortune that we have the opportunity to actually question the purpose of our life. Question, what am I doing here? Question, how can I become perfect? Question, how can I do the right thing? Question, how can I do something for the world? Question, where will I go next? Question, what will happen to me after this body is finished? Right? So we're fortunate. By the way, everybody is questioning this. The whole world, every living entity is questioning this. But unfortunately, they either do not have enough resources to convert that question into a real inquiry and to then pursue it and then to even get some answers. We are a handful of people here who have that opportunity. So we need to celebrate. And now we actually come to the point. Right? Is that a few points that we'll take home today, right? That the Ajita feature of the Lord, unconquerable, right? So as we were discussing earlier, God is unlimited, and because God is unlimited, He's unconquerable. Nobody can conquer Krishna, right? Nobody can conquer Krishna. When Krishna was present here on the planet 5,000 years back, none of the demons could kill Krishna. Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra, it is explained that there is no other weapon that can actually counteract Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna was that warrior who could never be defeated. As a little baby, Krishna killed so many demons. So many demons tried to conquer him. They could not. Right? So we can never conquer Krishna. But there is a way to conquer Krishna. How? By love. Bhakti Badham. Nobody could bind Krishna except Mother Yashoda. Right? We know the pastime where actually Krishna was caught eating dirt, and then Mother Yashoda is told, Krishna is eating dirt, Krishna is eating dirt. So Mother Yashoda is thinking he is my little child. If he eats dirt, it's going to be bad for his health. Let me see. Krishna, did you eat dirt? No, Maya, I did not eat dirt. Okay, open your mouth, show me. And then she opens mouth of Krishna. What does she see? What does she see? She sees Brahmanda. She sees the entire material universe with all the planets. And she falls unconscious. She's like, is this my child? Right? So, Krishna, all the unlimited universes are within Krishna. But the same Mother Yashoda is able to take a rope and bind Krishna. How? By love. Right? By love. So that's the first thing. We have no interest to conquer Krishna. We have no interest to conquer Krishna. We don't go to Krishna asking for material things. Like, Krishna, please give me my salary. Krishna, please give me food. Krishna, please give me good home. We don't go to Krishna for asking that. We don't go to conquer Krishna. We go to Krishna to express our gratitude. We go to Krishna to express love. If one is interested to enter into the planet of the Lord, one can enter through bhakti, loving devotional service. First point to be taken home. Krishna is unconquerable, but Krishna can be conquered through bhakti. And such a devotee is conquered by Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that I am controlled by Krishna Graha. You know what is Grahas? Planets. Sometimes those who are from India, they know a little bit about Shani and Rahu, Ketu, right? These Grahas. Right? And then the astrologers will say, look, Shani is controlling your situation right now. So you've been controlled by a Graha, by a planet. Right? And this is factual, by the way. Because whether you know it or not, but moon controls us. It is actually even proven that on the day of full moon, there are more cases of violence than on the day of Amavasya. This is stats. Which means moon is controlling the mind of people, and on the day of full moon, the minds of people are agitated. They're being controlled. So people get controlled like that. These are all, like if somebody were to say that, hey, moon puts juice in the vegetables. Do we believe? Yeah. It's scientific. Similarly, scientific that the moon is controlling, the planets are controlling, scientific. So Prahlad Maharaj actually say that I am controlled by Griha called as Krishna Graha. Krishna is controlling me. I am conquered by Krishna. Krishna is conquered by devotees. So the point here is not that we want to conquer Krishna, but we want to offer ourselves to Krishna. Right? We want to offer ourselves to Krishna. We want to be controlled by Krishna. right? And in that process, we are able to please Krishna, right? And get his blessings. First point. Then, the second point that is very key is when we see Krishna, what happens? What happens when we see Krishna?
We forget ourselves, who I am, because sometimes when you see Krishna, you become one with Krishna. That's it. So you forget that who you are yourself.
Okay. What else?
Illusion disappears.
Illusion is okay. What else? The presence of Krishna, whether you believe it or not, will completely purify you. When Krishna was present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, people who did not believe in Krishna, when they died, they also got liberation. That is the power of Krishna. Krishna is like the sun, right? Sun purifies everything. So Krishna is all pure. Punya Shuddho. Krishna is completely pure. So in the presence of Krishna, everything becomes pure. Right? So Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Vastam Gato Piva Yas Mare Pundarikaksha Sabhaya Bhirtara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Right? What it means is that simply by remembering Yas Mare Pundarikaksha, simply by remembering Krishna, Krishna actually is not different from his name, his form, his qualities, his pastimes. Simply we remember Krishna, immediately Krishna is there in our mind, and simply by the dint of presence of Krishna, everything is purified immediately. So when we see Krishna, what happens? Instant purification. And we become purified of all our past misgivings. Immediately. But there is a problem. If we have trained ourselves to be able to see Krishna all the time, right? Then we continue in that purified stage. But if we have not trained ourselves, the moment we lose the vision of Krishna, we again collect the impurities back. Yeah? So that's why, right, it's seeing Krishna is very good, but we want to cultivate a life in such a way that we can see Krishna 24/7. Right? So that's why what Srimad Bhagvatam, Bhagavad Gita teaches us is how do we lead a life so that we can see Krishna 24/7. Santah sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yama Shyamsundar achinta guna swarupam govindamadi purusham premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santah sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam Shyamsundaram achinta guna swarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Right? That when one's eyes are anointed with the ointment of love, prema anjana, when we apply prema anjana in our eyes, then we can see Krishna santah sadaiva. 24/7 we are able to see Krishna. So that's the way to see Krishna. Yeah? So that's the second thing. How do we see Krishna? And how do we see Krishna not only for one moment, but how do we see Krishna always? Right? And then the third thing is we express our gratitude to Krishna, we glorify Krishna, we recognize Krishna's position. Right? But that does not mean that our position is eliminated or we are lost or we are finished. No. We recognize Krishna as our Supreme Master and we recognize ourselves as his eternal servant. Krishnera Jivera Swarup Hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. So we recognize Krishna's almighty presence, almighty nature, and we recognize our position as servant of Krishna. Right? Muktir Vitva Anyatha Swarupena Vyavastiti. Mukti means to recognize our Swarupa, which is servant of Krishna. So that's the third thing. And then the fourth thing is paying attention to the words of Krishna. Very important. When Krishna speaks, we have to open our ears and collect each and every word, the nectar of every word very carefully, and then apply it in our lives. Seeing Krishna is not an entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, some nice movie we are watching and it's nice feeling of some good experience, it's over. Seeing Krishna is basically a transformational event in our life from which we will take essential lessons to progressively move forward in our journey towards liberation. All right. Any final question or comments? Yes. We are almost done. We'll have 15-minute kirtan and prasadam. So, no, he'll enjoy the kirtan now. We'll start kirtan.
I would like to add one point.
Yes.
Being like seeing Krishna is a different thing, but you need to have a practice or you need to have some kind of stuff so that you can be with Krishna. Because in Mahabharata also everybody was seeing Krishna. If everybody was seeing, they would be like, there his rage and whatever, like power with him and everybody, but there won't be any fight. But there was that time people were not seeing him and they were not be with him. So who will be with him, they can be have like everything. If he is not be with him, there is no point. So that's what I see from this is why I cannot see as a human or some other form, because you need to be with him. It's not about seeing him.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we'll have a short kirtan, little prasadam. Yeah. You have a question?
Yeah. So I guess comparatively, we talk about seeing Krishna and you become purified, but then, don't we go back to this process of being impure again?
Yes.
So how do you keep working through purification?
So, good question, right? It's like this, right? Every day we brush our teeth, but then the teeth again gets dirty, right? So the nature of this world is that we have to constantly strive to remain clean and remain pure. If you don't strive, then dirt will accumulate, right? So that's why one has to have a constant, regular discipline of taking that good dose of seeing Krishna, experiencing Krishna every day through practice. And so that's why there are the 9 processes of devotional service. So when we hear about Krishna, we become purified. When we chant Krishna's name, we become purified. When we read about Krishna, we get purified. When we offer food to Krishna, when we worship Krishna, these are all means through which we become purified, and we create a discipline, a regular discipline in such a way that these aspects or these activities of purification, they are present in our day, so that every day there is a good balance of spiritual activities to purify ourselves, and then we do our duty, right, which is interacting with the material elements, so that we are able to balance. But if we stop, it's like this, right? If we stop cleaning our teeth, brushing our teeth every day, what happens? We just become bad figures. So like that. Makes sense?
I think refinement, purification, getting better is a journey.
It's a journey, and it's like this, right? And we get, when we finish our, like last week, Supari had her graduation. So she finished her 12th. So she got a degree. 12th, yeah. But to get that degree, she had to go to school for 12 years.
Exactly.
So it's a journey, right? If she skips a few years in between, she doesn't get degree. So journey is a step by step. Every step is important.
And there's no jumping.
Huh?
And there's no jumping.
And there's no jumping. So which means that every step of purification will lead to a state when we will become completely purified. Okay, so we'll have a short kirtan, and this is another, the holy name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Punya Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatva Namani. So the name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. This is an opportunity for us to experience Krishna. The only way we can experience Krishna is if we absorb ourselves in the name of Krishna. Right? So what we do in Kirtan is we chant. When I am chanting, you all please enter into meditation. Meditation of hearing the name very carefully. And then when it is your turn to chant, you cry out loudly from the core of your heart the holy name with prayer. So when you're chanting, I'm hearing you pray and you chant loudly. When I'm chanting, you're hearing me pray. And in this way, we all can experience Krishna. You okay? Not for taken properly. Or you can have me.
रामा हारमोनियम बजाते हुए नहीं देखा था। अभी बैठे
कौन आप करता है? अच्छा बढ़िया प्ले करेंगे फास्ट। जब फास्ट बोलो तो फास्ट। हाँ? क्यों नहीं होता? तो ऐसा हो पड़ेगा। You sit here, sit with me. And when I tell you to chant, you have to chant, okay? Will you chant with me in the kirtan? She understands Hindi? Hindi आती है? Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pradayate Nirvishesha Shudavani Astate Sutari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya together Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Together. Hare Krishna. I need 5 minutes of everybody's dedicated, focused attention. The Kirtan of the holy name is, Krishna says he's present when the devotees chant the holy names. So request everybody to please be absorbed in the holy name. When it is your turn to chant, please chant the holy name loudly. Exactly like how this child is chanting. Look at the wonderful energy he has. That's how we need to chant. When it's your turn to chant, please chant loudly, clap loudly. When it is my turn to chant, please absorb in the holy name. And trust me, in 10 minutes, we will have a divine experience. And Ramanand, you need to play non-stop with Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, One last time together, please. Hare Krishna,
गौरांगी माता जी की गौरांगी माता जी की हरिओम।